Good morning, and thank you for joining me for a few minutes to talk about life stuff. So, hey, I just got done with teaching my courses and have submitted or started submitting final grades. And this is a time of the year where I start getting emails from students who basically have been dormant. They haven't been in touch with their professor, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh my gosh, the semester ended. I better send them an email asking for extra credit. But hey, this video is not about that message. This video is about something else more important. So you know how I've been telling you not to watch the news, because all you see in the news is doom and gloom. And if you watch the news, you get a different perception of what is actually happening in life. And so as I drive to one of my favorite destinations early morning, I see a bunch of construction taking place all over on both sides of the freeway. There's apartment buildings being built. There's homes being built. There's people waiting there by their cars to start work. And so what do I get from this and that I want to teach you? What I get from this is that life goes on regardless of what is happening, regardless of what you're watching on the news or what people are telling you. Life continues to evolve going forward. New homes are being built, more apartments are being built. And for why? Because every day babies are being born. Every day people are turning 18 looking for places to live. Every day people are moving from older homes to newer homes, and other people are buying the older homes. And so I hope that when you're young, you start to think about this evolution, right? Rather than getting stuck in your little town, your little silo, as they call it, where you have a perception of what you think is happening or what you believe is happening. There's all kinds of stuff happening around you. And so what do you do once you're faced with all this change and you realize, oh my gosh, Brian, what you're saying is true. There's all kinds of stuff happening. I feel like life is passing me by. Well, what you need to do is work on your career, on your dreams, on your college degree, things that matter, things that stay with you. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it again. Relationships may end. Marriages may end in divorce. Your friends may leave you, but a college degree is forever. And so you need to focus on what is important. I had a student, we had scheduled something to do some training, and I get this email that, hey, I took a part-time job, I'm not able to go to the training. And so I just smiled, because this is exactly what I'm talking about in this video. People are always trying to recruit you, especially if you're a responsible, loyal, truthful, dependable, full of integrity person. People are always going to try to be recruiting you. But you, and only you, know what you're supposed to be working on, what career you're supposed to be following, what distractions you're supposed to be ignoring. So that I hope that as you drive to whatever you're driving and you see new construction taking place and you see new homes and new apartment buildings and new businesses being erected, you start to think about what this professor is telling you, that hey, it's not going to stop. Life is not going to stop to evolve for anyone. People are driving to work right now. There's things happening in the world. The world is not stopping just because of what the news is reporting. So you need to be super selfish. Pay attention on this. You need to be super selfish and start working on your career right now. Some of you have been, overboard on the COVID responses. And if you have been kind of reading about what's happening, that a new vaccine has been developed. Several companies, Pfizer, Moderna, and a few other companies have started, putting out the vaccine. And in England and the UK, United Kingdom, they actually have started giving the vaccine to people. And so this is another reason why I want you to stop wasting your freaking life on conspiracy theories. Okay? A new vaccine has been developed. COVID will someday be a thing of the past, hopefully. And so you need to start taking care of you. You need to start working on your career. You need to start working on your college degree. You need to start working on yourself. if you're miserable where you are right now, you need to move and find the place that you intend to move to. Start planting the seeds. I keep saying, don't water the weeds. You know, if you water the weeds or you plant weeds, you're gonna get weeds in your garden. Your garden in is your life. So don't water the weeds. Don't create a weed garden. Instead, start working on yourself. So as we approach the holidays, another piece of advice before I terminate this video, like how I said terminate, that's a cop term, like terminate the pursuits. Anyway, financial issues is what I want to discuss with you. A lot of people think that Christmas and the holidays are all about presents and gift giving and all this other stuff. And as I get older, I see it as a chance for you to get in debt. I see it as a chance for you to become slave of a financial system. You charge, buy, and then you spend the next year paying off those credit cards. And so again, as a professor, I'm giving you some life advice. If you're gonna buy something for somebody, buy him, a picture, a great picture, a family picture, frame that picture. That's great memories. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Give them a phone call, right? Send them a nice email. Things that don't cost anything. Things that are just like more meaningful than anything else. Reach out to someone. Hey, I miss our friendship. I hope you're doing well. That kindness is free. And so be very careful about using the credit cards. Be very careful about being hooked, baited into these sales. Oh my gosh, 60% off. Squirrel. I'm kidding. There's no squirrel. Squirreling meaning a distraction, right? Be very careful about these distractions. Very careful about financial problems. I talked to a recent student who is going through a background investigation, and years ago when he turned 18, he got his first credit card and he started charging, and then he paid it off. He was all happy. So then he called them to ask him for a balance increase or a credit limit increase. So they increased his credit limit. Well, next thing you know, he went above and beyond his spending. He couldn't pay the credit card because he lost his job, was laid off. And so it went to his credit, against his credit. And then he had to eventually file bankruptcy because he had a couple other issues that were going on. And so now he's trying to get into a career, and he's got a bunch of bad marks on his credit. And so this is what happens if you don't pay attention to my advice about financial freedom. This is what happens. You next thing find yourself drowning in debt and a slave to the system. Okay? So I hope you learned things from this video. Remember what I told you first. Life is not going to stop for anyone, including you, and that you need to realize that news contaminates the brain and actually shapes the brain. So be very careful of what you think is happening. People are buying homes. People are buying apartments or renting apartments. Businesses are being erected. Some businesses are closing while other businesses are evolving. So think about that. Also, shoot me some emails on market trends. Like I have a PhD in business and would love to share some ideas with you on what are some of the things that you should focus on, not just besides a career, but other things, so that you can set yourself up for your future, for like dependable income, residual income, which I can teach you about that as well. All right, so that concludes the video. I hope you got a lot of this. Please continue sending me your ideas. Please be safe, wear the mask, and take good care of yourself. I love you guys.